Come on, Tia.
Just open your eyes and take my advice. Stop rolling the dice and just compromise. It's the chance of your life.
Mine.
Stand.
This is my bestie Polly. He's trying to kill us. He's trying to kill us.
Oh my God, he's right there. Australia, week number 3. Hey guys, so it's been 2 months now in Australia as an au pair, and life has been chaotic to say the least because of everything going on with Corona, and just the daily life schedules have been completely offset and reset and all of this small stuff going on. So I'm just going to cover a few of the big things that have happened this last month, even though they're not crazy big like as what was planned when I originally first came, because of everything that had to change. But it's still been an amazing month, and yeah, so I'm gonna go into that now. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start this off by talking about the chickens, because that is probably one of the most exciting things that happened this month. So we incubated 8 eggs that were mostly fertilized by our neighbors in their incubator, and during like mid-process, my host parents decided we wanted some chickens just that were already laying eggs, so we could get some farm fresh eggs. We wouldn't have to go buy them, and yeah, we would just have chickens. So my host parents looked into it, and they found a guy who was selling chickens. It was actually our neighbors who were gonna buy chickens, but then they decided last minute they didn't want them, so we were gonna take their chickens that they were receiving. But things happened on the guy's side, and he told us that we'd get them the next day because he gave our chickens away. Next day came, where are chickens? No chickens. Okay, next day came, no chickens. Next day, still no chickens. Next day he drove to Sydney to get some chickens, and on his way back he drove past Gundaroo and forgot about us again, so no chickens. The next day my husband was like, okay, I want our chickens. So we got our chickens. Finally, we got 4. We have Winnie, Honey, Frida, and Dandy. So like Dandelion, and then Winnie was from Winter. Yeah, I helped name them. So that's Frida, that's Dandy, that's Winnie.
And Honey's in the nesting box.
Yeah, and Honey's in the nesting box. Okay. Yes, we have 4 hens that were laying eggs for like a mass like egg laying company. So they've never stepped outside. They've never, I don't even know if they've ever seen sunlight, like really. So as soon as they got here, they were like kind of confused, but less than like an hour later, they were all over the grass. They were taking their dirt baths, and it was so cute to see them just interact that way because they're only a year old, so they're really young. Yeah, and that was really good for them. So then a couple weeks later, our chicks, I guess our eggs started to hatch. Day 21.
And one of our eggs are already starting to have a crack in them.
We only had 1 egg hatch actually. We had one almost explode because, you know, it was a rotten egg in an incubator for like 23 days. So our first egg hatched on 22 days. It started on 21, hatched at 22, and the exploding egg was 22, 23 days, I don't know. So that we named the chick Leah because it hatched on my host family's first au pair, Leah's birthday, which was actually a really big coincidence because it was also the day Charlie, my rooster, hatched, and he was also like the first chick to hatch, and he was also black, so I'm like, it's Charlie. Yeah, but we named it Leah, but if it's a boy, it's gonna be Leonardo. Hopefully it's a female because my host family really doesn't want to eat it. And my host mom doesn't like roosters either, so that's also a kind of Hopefully it's a girl. We may get some more chicks soon because Leah's very lonely. We have someone here nearby that's incubating eggs right now, so they'll be a little bit younger than Leah, but it'll still be a buddy for her, which would be good. But we're still undecided on that.
This is our first chick, and it's black. He cracked out. It's adorable.
So this last month I've also been homeschooling Milla and babysitting Mia. So Mia's actually going to daycare now 3 days a week instead of the 2 that she was originally going when I first got here. Just to get the little stress off me, because when I'm babysitting and trying to be a homeschool teacher, it gets really stressful because the girls are going at each other's heads for my attention. And I really need to be helping Milla make sure she gets all her information processed, all of it learned, so that, she can succeed in school. But Nia wants to continue playing reasonably because she's 3. So it's just tough being a homeschool teacher.
Ready? Are you ready? Move it out. Into the shade. Take it back. Into the shade. Step left, yeah. And drift. Step right. And then drift.
I never expected you were gonna be homeschooling at all. But I am spending so much more time with the girls. It is actually a very good bonding experience. And as much as I wasn't anticipating it, it is a fun time when everything goes well.
What's wrong with your face? What's wrong with your face? I've done chaos too. You're gonna look like a cat. You're beautiful.
And yeah, everything goes smooth. It's honestly perfect. The girls have been so attached to me recently. They'll be sitting on my lap and their parents will get home and they'll just ignore it. And I'm like, go say hi to your parents. So then finally they'll go run, say hi to their parents, and they'll come right back to me. And I'm like, I do love it. I love how much they love me. It's super cute, and I honestly never expected it. Like, I didn't expect to be as loved as I am, which I'm not ever gonna complain about because it's the best feeling ever, knowing that they genuinely love you. But yeah, so that's a little homeschooling thing. It's been stressful at times, but we're making it. In 2 weeks, Milla is allowed to start going back to school 1 day a week, and hopefully from there it'll just keep going up. So I'm going to talk about the quarantine stuff a little bit. So ACT, which is I'm in New South Wales, but ACT, which is Canberra, is like the closest state nearby, which is the Capital Territory. So that's where we go to the shopping centers, where we go for like big grocery runs, which is about 30 minutes away. So we're only allowed to go out for like technically essential shopping. Sometimes I've gone out for hikes because we still are allowed to go out to exercise. So I've gone out on hikes at Mount Ainsley, so that's been nice. I've gone with my host mom and I've gone with a few friends. My shopping breaks are always very nice because it's just like a little away time for myself specifically, because when you're here, you're not locked up because the paddock is right behind you. You can go out whenever you please, but it's also just nice to get out, see some people, even though you're not socializing with them, just new faces. Yeah, so that's been pretty good, honestly. As of last night, so today's May 2nd, and as of last night, some restrictions have been lifted, which means that we are now allowed to meet up with a friend. I'm not really clear on the new restrictions, but yeah, things are allowed to slowly start opening again. Oh, we're allowed to go non-essential shopping, and that's what my host mom and then the girls and I did today. So I have a new jumper or a jacket, which is wind resistant and water repellent, because these last 3 days have been absolutely miserable. It's actually 2 days ago was the coldest day in Canberra history for like May 1st, April 30th. I don't know which day it was. It was the coldest day in April history for Canberra. So that was exciting. It was terrible. I had my heater full going. All the heaters in the house were on. Our shutters were closed. It was freezing. And honestly, coming from Kansas, I wouldn't have ever said that, but it was just from nice weather to cold shock. It was like, yeah, it wasn't nice. But we're hanging in there. So I've been baking quite a bit with both the girls and alone. So I've made macaroons with a vanilla frosting. They were pretty good. They were very good, actually. I thought they were going to be absolutely terrible because I had so many problems with them. I really thought they were not going to end well, but they did, and I'm happy. And I ate so many, and I definitely didn't eat them, but it was perfect.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, plan B. Give me a plastic
Back.
yeah.
What?
Big or small? Big or small?
A big one. You need to open it up, please.
What did you do?
Okay, this is all.
Squeeze it!
I've made homemade cookies with a friend, and those were absolutely delicious. I have made my grandma's spaghetti sauce, so that was exciting. I had some problems that occurred making it, but I survived. It was good. I don't know what to do. Oh no. I'm just gonna give up. I don't want to touch it. I don't even know how to describe it. You can't even see the edge of the pan. Oh my god. Did you see that? Yeah. I have had my host dad cook me some delicious meals for comfort food, because I've just been having crazy cravings recently. Just American fast food, American hot dogs, American macaroni and cheese, just all those crazy American things that I haven't really ever missed them, specifically when I was in Germany, so it was kind of weird. So my host dad made chili dogs for me one night, which he has never made before. He's had them, but he has never made them because the girls won't eat them, and he only wants to make food they'll eat. And they were absolutely delicious. He even got nacho cheese to put on it, which isn't really a thing here at all. I don't know how he found it, but he found it, and we put it on it, and his homemade chili, and then the hot dogs. They were so good. It was beautiful. We've had Chinese takeout for me because I was craving Chinese. We've had tacos, street tacos. He makes delicious meals. He makes these potatoes, which are covered in salt and rosemary, and they're baked in the oven. Oh my goodness, they're amazing. I'm gonna have to make them when I go back to the US, definitely. He's made homemade macaroni and cheese with bacon in it, and I'll tell you, it's not as satisfying necessarily as the Velveeta macaroni and cheese, but holy cow, it is so gosh darn good. I'll give him that one, definitely. And he's made a Casey strip steak with beautiful vegetables on the side. It was absolutely amazing. It tasted so good and I inhaled it. But yeah, so that was a great thing, is the food here. They definitely don't let me starve. And it's really nice of them. It's very considerate that they go out of their way to make sure that I get my comfort foods when I need it. So now Easter. So over Easter, we were supposed to be in Tasmania. We were supposed to drive down to Melbourne, and I was going to be dropped off there, and I was going to hang out in the city for about 2.5, 3 days with one of my friends another au pair girl that I met specifically for that trip. And then I was going to fly down to Tasmania to meet up with my family that were going to already be there. Then we were going to stay there, I don't know how many days, and then we'd all come back together. And that all had to get canceled because of coronavirus, which was really sad, but I totally get it. So we had Easter here. I introduced my husband's family to egg dyeing, and we even used like the crown and like drew on the eggs and colored them. And that was a really fun experience to like just introduce them to and just show them like, this is what I grew up doing. We had an Easter egg hunt the next morning so we only dyed 6 eggs because eggs are really expensive here, which is another reason we got the chickens. And then we had the chocolate eggs from the Easter bunny. And yeah, it was a really fun experience. Honestly, my husband made a little it was kind of like a little scavenger hunt. She even made a map for it from the Easter bunny clues, and the girls and I had a ball. I got all the hard-boiled eggs, of course, with a few chocolate eggs that they gave to me. They're like, here, Ray, you can have these ones. And I was like, thank you. Yeah, we've been doing puzzles like crazy because we just need to fill in some time sometimes. We watch a family movie almost every night, which is a really good time just to relax. And yeah, so sometimes instead of watching the movie like with the family, I'll go out and do the puzzle because I'm so motivated to do it. Yeah, so that's a pretty good short of my second month in Australia, and it's absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy. I'm excited for month 3 and month 4 and month 5, and then just keep going. I don't want it to stop, but it's going by really fast, I will say that. But I'm so glad I'm here and experiencing everything, even with the corona. Like, you just can't trade this experience for anything. I'll give it that one. So if you guys need any other details or if you have any more questions, just reach out to me. Yeah, I'll just keep doing updates every once in a while. So, bye.
Please warn us. No! What? Oh my god!
Oh shoot. No.
Mila! I just found it again.